Okay, let's get to it. You're gonna need a prop. Does everyone have like a strap or towel or something like that? We're gonna need something like that. Kathy, you got your shirt. I do. So grab a strap, something you use for a prop out there in Zoom land. We're gonna start seated. So find a comfortable cross-legged position. Oh, my head's cut off. Welcome, come on in. Hi, Cheryl. Kiki, Kiki. Find a comfortable cross-legged position.
Yes.
Are we all synchronizing our devices?
They have a tent.
So give your breath a sound. And the reason why we give our breath a sound is because the sound helps the mind lock into something, which is the sound of your breath, as opposed to your incessant thoughts. Right? The mind's going to do what the mind's job is, and we're not trying to turn the mind off. We're simply trying to give the mind a mantra or a sound to focus on, so it doesn't continue to default to the little voices in our head. We take this moment to arrive, kind of like clearing out the mental cobwebs with our breath, shifting our focus, grounding down through our sitting bones, lifting up through the crown of the head. And then, so there's a little bit of muscular effort in the back rib cage and the back of the ribs and the spine to lift up through the back body to keep the front body stable. And then we relax our jaw and relax the palate of our tongue and we relax our facial muscles. And then we begin to get very curious about the breath. Very curious. Like, oh, I wonder where the breath goes. Can I take the breath down to the lower lobes of my lungs? Can I take the breath down below my belly button? When I breathe in, do I let my belly come out naturally? We're never really taught how to breathe. And then when I breathe out, does my belly diaphragm go in and up? So it's this curious process of what happens to the body when we breathe. So fascinating. And then with your eyes closed, you're just going to start to kind of churn, hands on your knees, and you're just going to kind of churn your head and your neck and your torso in one direction. No right or wrong way to move. Remember that. No right or wrong. Just begin to kind of churn. Maybe the head circles, maybe the torso circles. Maybe it's big, maybe it's small. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just whatever's calling out to you, whatever feels good in your body. You're beginning to notice, maybe there's a little stiffness in the hips. Maybe there's a little stiffness in the neck and the shoulders. I carry all my tension in my shoulders, my jaw. And so when I begin to notice that I carry the tension there, I can then begin to release it. And then come to stillness, and then switch the other direction. Just kind of churning, letting the belly and the diaphragm get a little rotation. That's it. And then coming to stillness, and blinking your eyes open. And clasping your hands together in front of your chest, and then just like a little cat and cow, just kind of rocking forward and back. Rocking forward and back. Rocking forward and back. No right or wrong way to move. All right, just kind of finding your way, waking up the bones, and then bringing the palms to the crown of the head. And if this hurts your back, bring it to your forehead. And so there's always modifications. And then you're going to extend the arms all the way up, right? And then let the shoulders kind of dislocate and come. Yeah, if you want to move around here from side to side, go for it. Right? All forms of movement are encouraged. There's no right or wrong way, not my way or the highway. Kathy's looking at me. She's like, I don't know about that.
No, I believe every word. Everything.
That's why you're my bestie. And then bring the right arm down and the left arm over. And lift the left hip up for a moment, right? And then ground that hip right back down. Push the right palm as you ground down to the left. You're going to get a little deeper stretch, right? Oh, yeah. Circle the rest, the left wrist one way. And then circle it the other way. And then push yourself up and go the other side. Navel draws into the spine to protect your lower back, and then lift that right hip up for just a moment, and then ground that hip right back down, and then circle the right wrist one way, and then circle it the other way, so nice. And then push yourself back up and find the awkward cross, like cross your legs the other way. Oh, isn't that interesting? We always cross our legs the same way. Inhale. And then down you go, exhale. And then this is not forehead to mat pose. This is just like rounding through the upper spine and letting the elbows soften down and letting your head and neck go. So letting all that tension drain out of the forehead down towards the floor. So this is me time. This is like money in the bank. This is the time you spend to invest in yourself. It's not the mental chatter. It's not the everyday of your life. It's taking time away from all that stuff to be present, to breathe, to soften in your body. It's not pushing and forcing and tugging. It's actually the opposite. It's finding somewhere where you can soften and then breathe into that spot. You draw yourself up. And then clasp your hands together behind your head. And then you're going to twist to the right. Twist, 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 twist as far as you possibly can. And then open your arms out like wings. And then reach more through the back arm than through the front. And see if that right shoulder is kind of creeping up. And yeah, you got it, Emily. And then just kind of bring it down. And then release the right hand behind you. And the left arm to the right knee and take it into the twist. And so when you inhale, you pause. And when you exhale, you get a little more twist out of the pose. Snap, crack, pop. Inhale. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Come back to center and clasp the hands together the opposite way. So the hardest part of the class is bringing up. And then twist to the opposite. Twist, 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 twist. And notice if you're twisting more from your rib cage or your belly button. Right, grounding down to that right sitting bone. And then reach the arms apart, split them apart. And then reach more through the back arm. That'll be your left arm. And notice what the shoulders are doing. So let the shoulders come down and spreading through the collarbones. And then release the back arm and the right arm across. And we find the twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Down to that. Inhale. Twist a little deeper on your exhale. And then inhale last time. And then twist a little deeper. Oh, that's so good. And then go back to center. Let's get to hands and knees. I just noticed that we have some exercise equipment back there.
Yeah, I just noticed the balls and whatever else.
You know, maybe in the the latter portion of the class, we'll break those out and do some back bends. And then so come to hands and knees and place your palms directly underneath your shoulders and separate your knees hip distance. There we go. And then begin to kind of rock your hips from side to side. Close your eyes. It's an inside job. Like, remember, there's no right or wrong way to move, so you don't need to see me. You just need to go within and breathe. Quiet your mind. That's the beauty of the class. That's the gift that you receive for being here. Nice. And then begin to circle the hips down and around, kind of churning like we did seated, down and around. Oh, down and around. Beautiful. Separate your knees a little wider so you can really get into the hips. And when you come forward, it's almost like you're doing a upward facing dog or cobra. You're like lifting you're really seating down through the hips and rotating back. So it's kind of like cobra version, child pose, mini version, just kind of swooping and opening. That's it. Nice. And then come back to center, and let's do that on the opposite side, turning down and around and up, and down and around, and up, down, around. So nice. And then if you want to move kind of organically, these next couple seconds, feel free to do that. If you don't want to move circular, you can kind of just wiggle back and forth. And if you want to come down to, all the way down to your belly and do a little upward facing or a little cobra, get some movement in the spine going. No right or wrong way to go. All right, just don't be rigid. Let's have a little movement.
That feel on your shoulder. Pretty tight.
So your objective here is to be more reptilian. Right? Get out of thinking brain, mind, and into reptilian brain. Like, oh, if I were a lizard on a rock.
What a great day that would be.
Yeah. I just hang out. I just gotta. It's so fun to be silly. And then come into child's pose when you're ready. Oh, so nice soft elbows in the child's pose. Let your head and neck go. See if you can get your hips down towards your heels a little bit more. Beautiful. If you want to rock from side to side in child's pose. So any movement that's calling out to you, if I don't recommend it, feel free to take it. That's the whole like reptilian part of the brain. If your body's telling you it needs to do something, do it. You know, just kind of move side to side, find stillness, whatever's calling out to you. Two more breaths like this. Last breath. And then come on up to hands and knees, and then lift your hips and find your way into downward facing dog. I had an idea. See if it's gonna work. And pedal out your feet, bend one knee, sink the heel. Bend the other knee, sink the heel. I'll let your head dangle it, shake it, yes. Shake your head, no. Oh. Keep pedaling out the feet, warming up the bones in the feet. Nice. On an inhale, reach the right leg up and back. And then lower it down. And then reach the left leg up and back. And then lower it down. And then reach the right leg up and back, and then step it between your hands. And drop the back knee down. And then lift the torso to come up. And then clasp the thumbs together. And then on an inhale, reach the thumbs up towards the ceiling. And then on an exhale, pull the thumbs apart as you kind of widen through the chest. Maybe a little back bend. If it hurts, don't do the back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Lose your mind. Find your breath. Straighten your front leg. So nice. Put a micro bend in the right knee. And then begin to flex the toes in your right foot. Bring it towards you. Micro bend in the right knee. And then shave that right hip back towards the back. You're going to feel a little bit more stretch in the hamstring and the glute muscle. Right? So this is not torso to top of thigh pose. I don't care about that. Actually, I want you to extend and lift up. From your tailbone to the crown of your head, one straight line. Right? And then we wave. Inhale, round on an exhale. A couple times like that. Inhale, extend and straighten. Exhale, wave. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Rebend the right knee. Tuck the back toes. Plant the palms. A little core work. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Pedal out the feet. If you want a little more energy and a little more heat, you can take it through the vinyasa. Left leg, reach it up and back. Exhale, step it through, dropping the back knee down. No right or wrong way to go. If you find your mind going, right? You're right in the midst of your campaign. So your mind's going, come on up, lift the torso. This is your gift to you. Clasp the thumbs together in the opposite direction. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. The more you can give your breath a sound, it's like a metronome, the more the mind will actually be encouraged to listen to it. So if you have a tendency to be super monkey mind, it's like, oh, I can't be here. My mind is, I've got so many things to do. Then that is really important for you. 2 more. Nice. And then straighten the front leg. Micro bend in the left knee. So if you hyperextend the knee, you're not lengthening through the hamstring. So micro bend and then shave that left hip back, boop, 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 and then pin the hips in towards each other. It's like you're drawing everything in towards the midline. And then we wave. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Beautiful, Kathy. You're our permission to breathe loud. I love that. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Yeah. Let it go, baby. Oh, yeah. Let her go. And then rebend the front knee. Plant the palms, tuck the back toes under. So this is like, if you want more heat, you take it to the vinyasa. If you want less heat, you step back to dog. You take it to wherever you need and want to go. It's up to you. Oh, so nice. Woo! And then at the end of the exhalation, you're going to step or hop your feet to meet your hands and arch. Place your hands on the tops of your shins. Separate your feet, hip distance. Like some of us are like, what's hip distance? Where are my hips? Well, it's like 2 palms are good. And then you're going to put a micro bend in your knees. And you're going to draw your navel in and up to protect your lower back. And then on an inhale, you're going to find that long spine arch up. And on an exhale, you're going to let it all go. So you press the palms into the shins as you lengthen the spine to arch up. And then you let it all go. 2 more times like that. Inhale, long spine. Exhale. Last time, inhale, long spine. Exhale. And then bend your knees, draw the navel in, press down through the feet to lift your torso to come up to standing. So the legs are engaged. So there's nothing going on in the lower back. And then inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And so we're going to do a couple sun salutations. So I'm really into yoga as spiritual practice, right? So that's how yoga differentiates from all other forms of physical exercise for me, Right, so we're going to do a couple sun salutations, get some energy moving, start getting into that spiritual place, that sacred place. Sound good? Okay. Hands to your heart, close your eyes. Just take a moment to kind of check in what's happening physically, emotionally, spiritually, the whole inch here. And then take a moment to set an intention for your day, your week, this moment, whatever's coming up to you that's relevant. Just get some clarity around it, no drama or story, just like an intention, boom. Okay, I'm going with that. And then when you're ready, inhale, arms reach, look up. Place the hands, palms together, we touch the back of the heart. Right, to let go of the past. We touch the front of the heart to let go of our expectations of the future, and we come down to the present moment. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, step the feet back, top and push-up position. Pause to inhale. Exhale, we lower all the way down to the ground on the first one. Untuck the toes, slide the palms a little bit back behind you. Draw the shoulders in towards each other and the elbows. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, press the palms, lift the torso just an inch. Don't squeeze the glutes. Exhale down. A couple times like that, just kind of getting connected to that reptilian part of the brain. Inhale, exhale. Two more, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Tuck the toes. This is where you choose, like lots of options here in the yoga buffet. You can either come to a child's pose, tuck the toes, and then lift yourself up. Or if you're going for a little bit more strength building, you're going to push the ground away all the way up to plank position. And back to downward facing dog. Your choice, you get to choose. No right or wrong. And then pedal out the feet. Bend one knee, sink the heel. Bend the other knee, sink the heel. At the end of the exhalation, gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands and arch. Exhale to bow. Inhale, you bend the knees, you ground down to the feet, you lift up through the spine, you stack the bones, boop, 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 and then you reach the arms. And then we bring it back to the heart center. We're moving energy. Nice work. Inhale, arms reach, palms come together. We touch the back of the heart to acknowledge that whatever happened in the past is in the past. We touch the front of the heart to acknowledge that we don't have any control of the future. We're going to let that go too. And then we come down to the present moment. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, step the feet back, top and push up, pause to inhale. So we ride the breath down on an exhale. Inhale it up. Exhale it back. 3 breaths. In downward facing dog, if at any point in time you feel like you need to come down to child's pose, please do so, right? It's not about expectation. It's not about what you did last year or where you think you should be. It's about honoring and acknowledging what's happening in your body right now, what you need now. Beautiful. Couple more breaths. I can't get the angle right. At the end of your exhalation, step or hop your feet to meet your hands as you arch up. Exhale, bow. And then you bend the knees slightly, not super exaggerated, but slightly. You ground down the feet, you stack the bones to come up, you lift the torso, you engage the navel, and then when you're up, you reach the arms up. And then you place the hands to the heart. Nice. Each time we acknowledge the whole process. And we go again. Inhale, we touch the back of the heart, let that stuff go. Oh, I almost said it. We touch the front of the heart, we come down, nothing's wrong or right. It's all just right here. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, step back, top of push-ups. Inhale, bottom of the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale it back. Cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Audible exhale. Sigh out. One more time. Inhale. Yeah, this is a safe space. And it's good to make some noise. The end of the exhalation, step or jump your feet. Meet your hands at your arch. Exhale back. Now ground down, bend the knees, stack the spine, stack the bones, come up. And press the hands to the heart center. Nice. Starting to feel better already, huh? Get out of that monkey mind. It's not going to serve you. Inhale. Touch the back of the heart. Let that shit go. I had to say it. Inhale, touch the front of the heart. We don't have control of the future. Exhale, down we go. Inhale, arch up, look up. Probably get in trouble later. Exhale, step the feet back, top of the push-up. I won't say it again, I promise. Top of the push-up. Inhale, lower on the exhale. Lift on the in, back on the X. That's beautiful. Yes, we are somatic creatures, meaning we carry all of our tension, all of our trauma in our body. When we sigh, when we yawn, when we make noise, we allow all that accumulated stress and tension we've been storing in our connective tissue, in our cells, to release. Yeah, we let it go. And yeah, I've had students come up to me like, oh, why do you make so much noise? It's so crazy. Well, because that's what my class is all about. When you're ready, ready? At the end of the exhalation, step or jump your feet to meet your hands as you arch. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Plug down, lift up, and into the heart center. We're going to move a little bit more because we're going to generate a little body heat so we can stretch.
You feel rusty?
Feel free to modify everything and anything. Pam, be aware of your of the placement of your feet. Bring your toes in more.
Yeah, like fidget toed there, wasn't I?
We all do that. Most of you watch people, they kind of walk like this.
That's from the airplane.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure.
Especially in the car.
That's why the more you can kind of be conscious of it, and it's weird because after a while your hips learn to be externally rotated and that becomes normal, but then what happens is you start getting L4, L5, anyway, I could go on and on. This is good. This is important. Tracking. We're gonna move. Are we ready? Feel free to modify anything and everything because we're moving. Inhale, chair pose. Arms reach, look up. Exhale, forward fold as you straighten your legs. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, step the feet back, top of the push-up. Inhale, lower on the exhale. Lift on the in, back on the X. One breath, one movement. Right leg, reach it up and back on your inhale. Step it through on your exhale. Don't think, just move. Moving meditation. Inhale up to the first warrior. This is fast. Exhale, down you go. Right leg meets left inhale. Lower on the exhale. Lift on the in. Exhale, back, left side. Inhale, up and back on the inhale. Step it through on your exhale. Rising on the in. Lowering on the X. Left foot meets right inhale. Lower X. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Nice. Let the head be heavy and dangle. Gaze somewhere towards your toes. Deep on the grass. 2. One more. Beautiful. End of the exhalation. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands. On an inhale, arch up, look up. On an exhale, fold. Inhale, squat, chair pose. Press up to standing. Pull it into the heart center. Okay, so now you get the gist of it. We're going to do 3 of those. With me?
Yes. I'm with you.
Here we go, ladies. Inhale, squat. Arms reach, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, step back, top of the push-ups, inhale. Lower on the exhale. Lift on the in. Back on the X. Beautiful. Right leg up and back on your inhale. Step it through on your exhale. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just lift up. Rise up. Let it go. Right leg meets left inhale. Lower on the exhale. Lift on the in. Lower on the X. Back on the X. Woo. Left side. Inhale. Up and back. Step it through. Rise on the in. Lower on the X. Left foot meets right, inhale. Lower exhale. Rise, inhale. Lift it back on your exhale. So nice. Downward facing dog. Re-rest.
I'm cooking.
End of your exhalation. Step or jump your feet. Whoop. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, squat. So just kind of sitting back in your little chair. Your arms are reaching up. Press down to come up. Pull it into your heart. Close your eyes. Energy shifting. Mind's quieting. Breath is deepening. Yeah. Superficial layers. Right? The monkey mind, the thoughts, whatever you showed up to class with on your mental plate, superficial. Superficial. What matters is the river running deep within you. That's important. Your life force, your energetic force, your breath. We do 2 more rounds. Sound good? Yeah.
1 more round.
You got this. Inhale, squat, arms reach, look up. Exhale, whoosh. Arch up on the inhale. Step it back on your exhale. Top of the push-up, inhale. Lower on your exhale. Lift on the in, back on the X. That leg up and back, inhale. Step it through, exhale. Don't think, just like Tai Chi. Move it up, and move it down. Right leg meets left, inhale, plenty of time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's a breath practice. Left side, reach it up and back. Step it through, exhale. Rise, inhale. Woo. Lower exhale. Woo. Left leg meets right, inhale. Lower exhale. Lift, inhale. Back on your exhale. Ooh, nice. Pedal out the feet. Bend one knee, sink the opposite heel. And the other knee. Warming up the bones. Getting stuff to move. So nice. Find stillness. Breath or 2. Gazing at your fingers. Step to jump your feet. Connect your hands as you arch up. Exhale, bow. Now just sit back, bend the knees, squat. Reach the arms overhead. Squat, squat, squat. Push the heels down to come up. Pull it into the heart. Close your eyes. Woo. Building energy, building some heat. Getting a little more pliable so that when we stretch, it's safe. Put your head in there. Pam, watch your feet. You're my teacher's pet today. Allison, right? Mm-hmm. Watch your feet too.
Am I perfect?
You're perfect.
Favoritism. I'm going to take my hair product.
No, I'm loving on you. I'm loving on you.
Yeah, I know. But you can watch on your spot.
Oh, just like, you know, if you could spend a couple minutes, just like I know that feels weird, right? It's like, oh, that's weird. Because now my hips are in a different position. And now the way I stand is different. And that's weird. Last time, Inhale, squat. Arms reach, look up. Exhale, karate chop. Push. Inhale, arch up, look up. Exhale, step back. Top of the push-up. Pause to breathe in. Lower on the X. Lift on the in. Back on your X. Right leg up and back on the inhale. Step it through on your exhale. Don't think, just move. Inhale it up. Karate chop it down. Right leg meets left. Inhale, there's plenty of time. Go slow. Exhale. Inhale. Breath practice. Exhale. Left side, up and back. Step it through. If you breathe the way I'm directing you, it's a little easier. Exhale, down. Left side meets right. Inhale. Lower exhale. Lift, inhale. Exhale. Woohoo! Now bend your knees. Deep, bend, but keep lifting your sitting bones up. Bend the knees, lift the sitting bones. Press the palms into the floor. So press your torso back towards your hips, but keep elevating your sitting bones. Nice. And then gaze at your fingers and step or jump your feet to meet your hands. On an inhale, arch up, look up. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, sit. Your little seat. Just bend your knees, reach your arms. Stay here for a moment. So let's talk about chair pose for a second. Most people in chair pose do this, right? And that really hurts the back. Or they'll tuck here, and that's really, it's just like a gentle sitting. And maybe your knees need to be wider to kind of feel more comfortable in that little squat area. And then the arms don't have to go overhead. So you take the back bend out of the pose by bringing the arms like straight out, right? And then press the feet down to lift up. Press, 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 reach up, press, press, reach up. Center. Beautiful. Check out your feet. I didn't mention anybody's name. Nobody's name. Inhale. Let's touch the back of the heart. Acknowledge what has happened in the past, because that's what's made us who we are today. Let's come to the front of the heart and let go of our expectations, because that's what leads to suffering. And then we come to this present moment. Down to the floor. And then on inhale, you're going to arch up, look up. And then exhale, step back, top of the push-up position. Inhale at the top. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale back. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Bend the knee. Come onto the balls of the left toes and circle that right ankle one way. Oh, that feel good. And then circle it the other way. And then circle the knee and the hip joint one direction. And then circle the other way. And then just straighten that right leg and push and reach, push, push, push and reach. Reach gets so long, like your body's just kind of pushing in every direction. And then lower the leg and drop down your knees into the child's pose. Yep, so we just kind of, my analogy of the yoga class that I teach is like an onion skin. We like start at the superficial layers. We peel away those superficial layers first to get down to the core of the onion skin. And then we get to what really matters. And it's not really anything superficial. It's not, it's health, it's breath, it's present moment. And the more still and quiet we can become, the more we're capable of living our lives in the present moment and being here now for whatever life presents to you, embracing it. When you're ready, coming back to downward dog, pedaling up the feet, pedal, pedal, pedal. And then when you're ready, reach the left leg up and back. Come on to the balls to the right toes. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Circle the left ankle one way. Circle it the other way. Circle the knee and the hip joint one way. And then circle it the other way. And then straighten the left leg. And reach and push, reach. This is your opportunity to get as long as possible. Get some length in the vertebra. Push, push, reach, and open the hips. And lower the leg. Drop down the knees. And find child's pose. Onion skin. One layer at a time.
CBS again.
Hands together behind your back. Draw your arms up and over. No right or wrong way to go. Just whatever feels good. And if that doesn't feel good in your body, don't do it. And now bring the backs of your palms to your hips. So your palms, the backs of your hands to your hips so your palms are facing up towards the sky. And then let the elbows fold down towards the floor. And then slide the palms back towards your shins. So they're on the ground right next to your shins. The palms are up. And let your elbows and your shoulder heads be heavy. Pam, let the shoulders go. Let the elbows go. Let them come all the way down, 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 down to the floor. That's it, my love. Yep. Emily, too. Let the shoulder go. Do you got something going on with your left shoulder, my love? No? Okay, then let it go. Bring your palms to the floor. That's it. That's it. And then let the collarbones sink. Let them be heavy. Let the shoulder heads be heavy. Let the elbows be heavy. So we kind of want to break up the upper thoracic spine here in this pose. Yeah. If it's too much, come out. It's not about torture.
Put on the shoulders.
It's about opening.
Oh, I am.
Nice. When you're ready, back up in front of you. Find your way back into downward facing dog. Pedal out feet. Pedal. 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 Do like one more standing pose, and then we'll get into stretching. Inhale that right leg up and back. And exhale, step it through. And then turn the back foot on its side and draw your right arm, your right forearm to your right thigh, and your left arm to your left fingers to your left hip. So your torso is facing the equipment room. Yeah, and then slide that right. So see my right hip and bottom. You're gonna slide that, back in and underneath you. And you're gonna use that right arm as kind of a lever to let that knee open too. Yeah, lean back into it. That's it. And then reach the left arm up towards the ceiling of the sky. Yeah. And then press down to the right foot as if it were a pedal, and then lift your torso to come up. So now you're in the second warrior. Hips are pointing towards that direction. Bring your back toes in just a little bit. Don't crank your hips so open. Let the right hip come in a little bit. Other way. So I used to make the mistake in Warrior 2. Somebody taught me stay there. I talk a lot to kind of distract you while your body's doing the magic. I used to crank these hips open a lot, right? And then what I found is I started getting over rotation of my SI joint. It's not good. So now I just kind of let this soften a little bit, and then I let the movement happen in the knee. Right? So the arms, yeah, I'm torturing you for just a moment. Yeah, and then so let's move some energy. Turn the palms up, bring the arms in. Exhale. So we move, we draw in what we want into our lives, and then we draw out what we no longer have a need for. So this is a little mind, body, spirit stuff. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, draw it out. 2 more times like this. Draw in more love, because we all can use that. Draw out less, more fear. So in more love, out fear. And you get to fill in the blanks, these next 2 ones. In whatever you need. Exhale whatever you don't need. One more time like that. Inhale whatever you want more of. Exhale whatever you want less of. Then straighten the right leg. And then bring your hand to your left hip. And then bring your right arm up and like you were presenting something. So you're finding length on this undercarriage. Presenting. Micro bend, soft knee, soft right knee. Presenting. And then let the right hand go wherever it lands. Too far down, Karen. Right?
Yes.
So when you go down here, the whole body collapses. When you come up here, the bones stack. Want to stack the bones. Then reach the left arm up. Beautiful. Don't be goal-oriented. Think of it more like your whole body are on a side plane. You're trying to get more space on the right side of your rib cage. Equal distance, length on both sides. That's it. One more breath. Bend the right knee. Hands to your hips. Straighten the right leg, parallel your feet. So now you're going to be straddling the mat, gazing wherever you are. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Line your palms up underneath your shoulders. And wiggle, you're going to dip one hip down. You're going to dip the other hip down. Just kind of dip. A little mobility in those hips and those hip flexors. Beautiful. And so now you can play with whatever variation you like. So you can either walk your fingers back towards your toes if you're super flexy. You can grab a hold of your ankles. You can clasp your hands together behind the back. Whatever variation brings you joy. Micro bend in those knees. Don't hyperextend through the backs of the kneecaps. Ground down through the feet. That is your anchor. Oh, yeah. And then let that go. Oh, let whatever variation you have, let it go. And then bend the knees, lift the torso, bend the knees, round the torso to come up. Round. And then we switch to the other side. Left toes in. This is the other side, right? Yeah, look at that. We made it work. Perfect. So find warrior 2 on the left side. Emily, bring those back toes in more. More. Yeah. Allison, you too. Back toes in more. When the back toes are in more, the back hip can rotate. Yeah. And then this one, we turn the palms up. And then we inhale, straighten the leg and reach the arms up overhead. And then we exhale to bend and everything comes back to the second warrior. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more times like that. Nice. Beautiful breathing. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Then we straighten the left leg, right hand, right hip. So we're starting to lean and cock to the left side. Left arm's going to come up, palm up towards the ceiling. Presenting, so you've got under the armpit and the whole side body opens. And then we let the arm go down. If the hand comes too far down, the whole torso starts to collapse. And then we miss the beauty of the pose, right? And then reach up to the right arm. Beautiful. Nice. Find a focal point somewhere. Left fingers down in front of you. The pole on the tent somewhere. Emily, lean back. Yeah. You too, Pam. Lean back. Beautiful. Nice. Kathy, you're perfect.
Of course.
One more breath. That's it. Beautiful. Bend the left knee, coming back to the second warrior. And now parallel the feet. And we do toes out, heels in. And we're going to come down to like a yogi squat. Yogi squat. Toes out, heels in. If that, check your derriere out. If it's like, I'm going to the party, you're going to bring that derriere back on in. Boop, boop, boop. And then place your hands on the tops. Yeah. Please. Yeah, please. Yeah, create privacy. Create privacy. Whatever you need to do to block your mind out so you can stay present is all good. And now we're going to do this whole rotation thing, up, down, and around, up, down, Around, get out of the shoulders. Up, down. And then circle the other way. And then find stillness. We dip the right shoulder down, forehead to left knee. Squat deep, toes out. Come back to center, switch sides, forehead to right knee. 2 more times, inhale, switch sides, exhale. Last time, inhale, switch sides, exhale. Come back to center, hands at the heart. This is the torture part. 3 breaths. Release the arms, straighten the legs at the same time. Go slow like your son. Beautiful. Hands to heart, heel, tilt the feet back to center. Come to the front of your mat. We arrive this beautiful place. Shake it out. Good work. Don't be rigid. Grab some water if you need it. Good time to do that. We carry so much tension in our body every day, all the time. We just shake it out. Find stillness. Beautiful. So this is sacred space, right? Everything and anything is permissible, well, almost. You know, within parameters, reasonable parameters. But don't be afraid. Like if you need to, because we're all here to support each other with the same goal of becoming whole. Right? That's what we want for each other. Whole beautiful light beings carrying the light in our bodies, in our lives, out there shining that light to all those people we love and don't love. That's the true gift. Never come down. Yes, I can always rely on Kathy. That's why I love you so much. I love all of you guys. But
We had yoga canceled Friday.
oh, sorry.
She's got all yoga. Yeah.
She's got some juju she needs to get out. Let's get down on the floor. Let's stretch. Come on down. This is where your prop comes in handy. If you got a strap, a towel, whatever you need. So, yeah, close them all. Close the other one too, if you don't mind. I don't want to see that moving pictures, whatever it might be. Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna block out the whole world. Inhale, we don't need it right now. This is our time, right? So just kind of get out of your hips, floss the shoulders a little bit. Let one come down and the other come over. If it feels better for you to cross your legs, actually it does. Let's cross our legs. It feels better to cross the legs so you can get more into the shoulders and into the hips.
Your back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just like no right or wrong, just kind of floss the shoulders. Like maybe one shoulder goes back, and one shoulder comes forward. And then take it to the other side. Just kind of floss. Open, 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 open. Oh, so good. Maybe one comes back. Maybe one comes forward. And then come to center and decrease the width of the strap, but not too small. Oh, that's a great idea. And then inhale. So here's where we go. We go, oh, there's a sticky spot. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Breathe. And then, and then there's a sticky, 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 sticky. And then, oh. Couple times, flossing those shoulders. Yes, Pam, don't make that facial expression.
Teach you not to sit right in front of her. You'll learn your lesson.
I love you. It's love. Not criticism, it's love. Last time. Beautiful. And then now straighten your legs and take your strap. line it up, or whatever you got, prop you got. Line it up with the balls of your toes. So there's a distance, it's like a fist distance. Don't close them. It's like a fist distance. And then begin to kind of flex your feet, press the balls of your toes into the strap, and the strap back into the balls of your toes, and notice that they'll start engaging some muscles in the backs of calves, Achilles, right? And then we come forward. It's not torso to thigh pose, right? This is bend the elbows, have some resistance, keep the spine long as possible, and then curl. You don't need the strap, you can grab your toes. You let go of the strap, you grab your toes. You don't need the strap and you can grab your toes. You let go of the strap, you grab your toes. Beautiful. Any movement is encouraged. You want to walk from side to side here because that feels good. And do it. It's all good. Beautiful. Inhale, come up and fold your feet together. I'm not giving you the time yet. Look at that. Go for days. This is my platform to be silly. And it just kind of like you're a butterfly. And then find stillness. And this, the magic is in the elbows, right? So you just take the elbows over the shins and round the spine. Let the head be heavy, let it go. Take your right hand to the back of your head and neck and just give a little stretch. Let that go, come up, extend the legs. Let's get down our back. Let's do a couple twisting. We're running out of time. Articulating from the hip crease, C curve. When you arrive, you draw your knees into your chest. Place your hands on the tops of your knees, make little circles in one direction, ironing out the lower back. Make little circles in the opposite direction. Come back to center, bring both knees wide and around and in. And wide and around and in, and wide and around and in. Karen. It'll just feel better on your hips. And then reverse the direction. Nice. Beautiful. And then draw the knees into the chest and draw your right arm out to the side like a T. Scoot both hips to the right first. Then drop both knees to the left. Let's find a spinal twist. Circle the right wrist one way. Oh, yeah. Circle it the other way. And then nod your head from side to side. And then find stillness and extend the right leg, straighten it and push and reach, and then bend it, and then straighten again, push and reach, and then bend it. One more time like that. Straighten and push and reach and bend. Now find stillness in the pose for a breath or two. Come back to center, and we take it to the other side. First, sweep both hips to the left first, and then reach over to the right, left arm out to the side like a T. We do that, we sweep both hips over first so that the hips are in line with the shoulders so the spine is straight. And then circle the left wrist one way, and then circle it the other way. And nod your head from side to side. And then find stillness and straighten the left leg. Reach and push and then bend it. 3 times. Reach, push, and then bend it. Last time. Reach, push, and then bend it. Now find stillness in this pose. And then come back to center, and I want to give you an opportunity for an inversion. So here's where your roller comes in handy. Grab your roller. If you want to do a shoulder stand with no roller, that's good. If you want, whatever you want to do on your roller. If you want to do an inversion on the roller, you put the roller on your hips and then lift your legs up to the sky. That's good. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. That's it. Lift your legs. And then you play with the variation of shapes with your legs. You bring them wide out to the side for the splits for a couple breaths. You circle them in. Whatever. There's no right or wrong or limitation. Yeah, you love Uttanishta, don't you?
Yes.
Yogi's choice, last couple minutes. Whatever's calling out to you, inversion, Uttanishta, if you want to do a pigeon pose, because we didn't get to do that, please feel free. You want to do bridge, you want to do back bend. This is whatever, it's Yogi's choice. Whatever's calling out to you for the last 2 minutes. So this is where when we slow down, we start to find stillness. This is where the monkey mind starts creeping in again. And so your job is to stay present and breathe, to watch the breath, to be so curious about the breath. If you need a mantra, when you breathe in, you say so to yourself. When you breathe out, you say hum. So it's this process of so and hum while you breathe. And the mind needs a tool. It needs something to latch onto. This whole idea about like the mind, stopping the mind from doing its job is ridiculous. The mind is always working. The job of the mind is to work. And so your job is to give that mind something to focus on and not your thoughts. So become curious about your breath. Inhale, so exhale.
I'm a crazy girl.
And the more we can practice this tool, this notion of clearing the mind out and bringing ourselves back to the present moment, the less anxiety we have in our lives, the less craziness the world becomes. We manage it. We manage our mind instead of our mind managing us.
Wow. That's serious stuff. That's serious.
When you're done, when you feel complete, suppose you come lying flat. Draw your knees into your chest.
Is it her walk?
Let a couple breaths in that shape. Don't be in a hurry. If you want to do thread the needle, figure 4 more hip stretch, feel free to do that. Good. When you're ready, we're working our way into Shavasana. If you want to use the roller to place underneath your knees for a little spinal traction, that's a beautiful thing. Last minute, and find your way into Shavasana. Before we get there, we take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Side out. Let me hear you make some noise. Inhale, cleansing breath. One more time, third time to charm. Beautiful. Now find absolute stillness. Resist temptation to fidget. Absolute stillness. Let your body melt. Slowly coming back to the surface, legs, making circular movements with your fingers, your wrist, your toes, your ankle. Back to life slowly. Ready to reach your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. Take a moment in this shape. Don't be ready, walk yourself up to a comfortable sitting position with your eyes closed. And take a moment here. This is where the real work begins right here. Your body and mind are primed for emptiness. Clean slate. Just notice the sounds around you. Notice the textures beneath you. Feel your breath coming into you. Hands together, palms together, and bring your thumbs at your forehead. Take a moment of gratitude to acknowledge ourselves for showing up. Because when we do the work, we're better off, we become better people. And the lives of those around us also are deeply affected. We bring our thumbs to our mouth and we take a moment to acknowledge that our words are powerful. We can use them to harm, we can use them to heal, and food has the same powerful effect. And then we bring our hands to our heart. We take a moment to be grateful for the love that we receive in our lives, for our ability to give love, to receive love, to be the conduit of love. We remember that in times of difficulty, it's always better to come from a place of love. When we seal our practice back down in our hands, we seal ourselves into that deep well of gratitude. May there be peace in our hearts. May there be peace in our homes. And may there be peace in the world. Namaste. Thank you.
That was a reminder.
Thank you guys in Zoom land. See you later. Love you all.
Love you too.